In this video, we're going to talk about how you can still rent even if you have bad credit. So hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you stay educated on how your money works. Your credit score may play a major role in your ability to rent an apartment. Some landlords might deny your rental application if you have bad credit, even if you have a spotless rental history and a sizable salary. Others may also check to see if you have a previous eviction or other rental-related blemishes on your credit report. If you're concerned a less than stellar credit report will keep you from finding a place to live, you can take one or more of these actions to increase your chances of getting the rental unit you want. So let's get started. Number 1, know what's in your credit report. Check your credit report before you start apartment hunting so you know what's your credit history. And you should check all three since the landlord could access any of them. If you spot any inaccurate information, now's the time to use the credit report dispute process to have the errors removed. The less negative information you have on your credit report, the better your chance of getting approved for an apartment is. Next, look for property owners who don't check credit. The best way to get an apartment when you have bad credit is to find a landlord who doesn't do credit checks. Apartment complexes that are owned by large property management companies typically require a credit check on all applications. These property managers will likely turn you down if you have bad credit. Instead, aim for properties owned by individual landlords who often don't check credit or who may be willing to take a risk on a tenant who doesn't have the best credit history but has good rental history and a solid income. And number 3, ask a real estate agent. Many homeowners, especially those who live outside the area, use real estate agents to rent their homes and will pay the agent a commission on your rental. Once you've contacted a property owner, ask them what criteria they use to approve tenants for the rental. If a credit check isn't one of them, then you have one less thing to worry about. However, if there is a credit check involved, you have some additional options for getting approved. Next is to get a recommendation. Getting someone to vouch for your financial responsibility can help offset a bad credit report. Contact people with whom you've had a financial relationship with, current or previous landlords, your bank, current or previous employers, and ask for a reference letter. You're more likely to be denied a rental opportunity if you have unpaid past due balances, especially to other landlords or utility companies. If you have past due accounts on your credit report, pay them in full and get the business to write a letter or print a statement showing the account has been paid fully. You might also try writing a letter that explains the situation that caused your financial problems, such as a divorce, medical bills, and job loss, are common situations that lead to bad credit. Make sure your letter describes how you've cleaned up your finances and why you can handle that rental. But be careful about the situations in which you use letters of recommendation. If a landlord hasn't checked your credit and isn't aware of your credit history, he may become unnecessarily suspicious when you hand him a letter explaining your past financial problems. Landlords may get your permission before checking your credit, so it won't be a surprise when they do. Next, demonstrate provable income. Sufficient income can sometimes offset a negative credit history. First, you need to make about 3 to 4 times the monthly rent, not just to meet the landlord's requirements, but also to ensure you can afford the payments. Second, you need solid proof of your income. 2 or 3 months of pay stubs proving your stable income is often sufficient. Then be prepared to pay more upfront. Whether you're able to get around the credit check altogether or get approved for an apartment despite your credit history, expect to pay more money upfront. You might be required to pay a higher security deposit or between 1 and 3 months worth of rent to move into your new apartment. And lastly, you could ask a co-signer to help you. Getting someone to co-sign your lease is another last resort option. Your co-signer will need to meet the necessary credit qualifications, so they'll have to have a solid credit report. Keep in mind that if you don't keep up with your payments or get evicted for any reason, the landlord can legally go after the co-signer for the value of the lease. It's therefore wise to use other people's credit sparingly and be even more careful with it than yours. So what are your thoughts? Are you having trouble getting rent? What could you do here that could help that situation? Leave a comment down below and let's get this discussion started. And as always, take care of your money. I recently finished Money, You Can Hack It by Frankie Calkins, and I included in this video as a way for you to expand your financial education outside of this channel. I'll leave a link to the book down below, and if you prefer listening to it on an audiobook for free, I'll also leave a link to a 30-day free trial to Audible. You can choose this book or any book to listen to, and even if you cancel before your free trial is over, you can still keep the book and listen to it whenever you want. Oh, and one last thing before you go. I created a course called Smart Money Parenting as a way to teach parents how to educate their kids about money. An early financial education is the foundation for wealth building, so give your kids a future they deserve. Use code MONEY20 at checkout to receive 20% off my master course. I'll leave a link to the course down below.